What's up, y'all? This is Nekoroth and welcome back to the letter where we left off. Oh.
Rebecca? What's gotten into you?
We looked at the many different possible endings of chapter 1. We've seen Isabella go through some hell. And I think maybe she survives. I'm not sure. Hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed. Is any of this new? No, nothing seems new at all. But we've moved on to chapter 2, and that means we get to play as Miss Hannah wrong, which is really, well, right, but, you know, wrong. Everything is wrong. I think, can I not quickly check the journal for the timelines? Can I? Oh yeah, the timelines are still here, which is good. I will quickly do that, because I've still to give these a read. I read that already. So this was Isabella, October 24th. Let me quickly give this a read. Monday, October 24th. Isabella Santos drowned herself in work the whole day to forget about the devastating news of her mentor's death. However, she ended up stumbling upon the mysterious disappearance of her other colleagues, and just when she realised something important. Yeah, the pale bitch got her. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take a look at Hannah's profile before we go on and play as her. Let's give this a read, shall we? Okay, so her birthday, Hannah Wright Nee Evans, did I say that right? Nee, I don't even know. Her birthday is April 30. She's a Taurus, she's 31 years old. She's 5'7" in height, okay, so she's a little taller than me. Occupation, heiress, former finance manager. Nationality, she is British. Religion, Anglican. Education, Masters in Business Administration, major in Accounting. Likes, don't even know, dogs, fashion, parties and dancing, the beach, children, iconic women, charity and math? Come on, Hannah. Really? Math? Well, if she was doing like finance manager, of course she would like math. She would need to like math because there's probably a lot of it. Of the Luxborn upper classes, Hannah is used to living a life of luxury. Absent parents made her crave for attention though, something she gained from her private tutors and nannies instead. Oh. It was never enough, however. She studied hard in order to make her parents proud, going into business so that she could work alongside them. The challenge in her otherwise privileged life was certainly a thrill for her, at the very least. She had many suitors, dating different men and women, but it was through work that she met Luke. It was love at first sight for her. Upon her parents' death, Luke proposed to her. That was the move that led to the merging of Wright Enterprise and Evans Incorporated and her subsequent retirement. Their 7-year marriage is strained, but Hannah tries her best to make it work. Oh, bless her. And there's her heart necklace. Right there. I guess we can move forward and read a little bit about what Hannah has to say. Let me pull up my keyboard, sorry. Okay. It is far too easy to get them to pay attention. Enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling had I not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we are honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am...
Hannah Wright!
Sir? Hello. That's me. There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Who's this? It has the same baby face as the priest. Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more like Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I am only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for the Lee matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have awkward double dates. Oh wow. I don't even recall his first name, it started with an N. I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxburn Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Vance, owns a general electronics company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
Oh, wow. He has a way with words, doesn't he?
I see the husband isn't with you.
Don't get any ideas, mister. The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. Oh, wow. I just wish Luke was here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my jugular titties and getting and getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have the gall to do this at my own party, yeah. What the hell? In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor.
Well, yeah, to be fair. That and he's a blatant racist.
The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with her doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
Oh, so you're coming here and flirting with me instead of looking after your wife. Some man. What a man, what a man. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my chagrin, I've been extricated from the few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is a nice enough person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. Wow. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of the Luxburn Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit it, is interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But, oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. Oh well, that's not that long compared to them. It's still a pretty long time, I will say. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Oh, burn! Although my darling did have his moments. Yeah, he did have his moments.
The wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
The peasantry.
No, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Sounds like they have quite the relationship.
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
Oh, the Ermengarde Mansion. The one that everyone seems to be talking about. I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermengarde Mansion?
The Ermengarde Mansion! She actually said it.
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that. It'll be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task.
How serendipitous that she would mention an exorcism, huh?
You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? Marianne, I believe, yes.
Ah, so this is how she meets Marianne McCullough, probably.
But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself.
If you can't afford it, I will.
This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for some people. Are you sure about that, Hannah? You've got all the space in the world, let's be fair, that is some penthouse you've got. Okay, maybe a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people. But it isn't enough to have grand parties in. What, are you kidding me? You could fit about a good 100 people in here probably. Well, maybe not, maybe I'm over exaggerating. But this is a big penthouse, I've got to say. As it is, I only invited about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. Are you sure? To be fair, if there was 30 people, it would be a bit cramped. Maybe it would be cramped. Never mind. Okay, new house it is. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride the elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I've been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? October 21st. Friday. Oh, that is... Oh. Well, there's Luke, and who's this? Luke is dressed to the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at his side, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh, butler! They have a butler? Wow. Well, of course they have a butler. Oh, sure. That is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he's on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol.
Oh wow.
And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place.
Oh.
I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Marianne McCullough.
Marianne McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere. You know how I operate, Hannah. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
Oh wow.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Luke has a problem.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
Oh wow. He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps that was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Yeah, Luke, listen to Hannah.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance. But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
Oh wow, he's an ass.
Are we clear?
It's just a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been the years. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the triad tasting.
Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just the simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour and a half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Certainly any problem can be discussed. Certainly any problem can be discussed. As long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Oh, choices. I'm going to quickly save my game. Let me quickly do that shit. Why must he treat me this way? Remain silent or defend myself? You know what? I'm going to defend myself.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
Yeah, that's right, Hannah. Tell him our relationship changed. Our relationship with Luke went up because of that? Okay. Okay, fair enough.
I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed.
Ooh.
We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde Mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Oh wow. Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crossed his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
Yes, no drinking, Luke. We don't want you drunk.
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Yes!
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
Whoa! Okay.
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
Okay. Oh wow. He can't hold his liquor, can he? The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having stared out of the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologise for changing his plans like that. No! Don't! But by the time we arrive to the mansion, and I see his eyes light up in genuine interest, apologising is the last thing on my mind. Okay, that's us got to the creepy mansion straight away. The whole affair with the Ermengarde Mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxbourne certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. The Lears are amongst the group who went with the Rose Women, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. What? Oh, there's Rose and Isabella. Oh, look at our sprite, huh? We got an achievement. I didn't read that though. My bad. What has been bugging my mind though, however, is that Isabel. Isabel. Oh no, do we need to say their names wrong now? We probably need to say their names wrong. What's her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment, she's scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalise the sale. Then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabel alright?
Oh, it's so weird seeing this for this point of view. Okay. It is apparent, with the way she shakes, and by the pallor of her skin, something is really shaking her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I'm worried, but it would be best if she is to... I'm worried, But it will be best if she is attended to by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offer. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offered drink and looks like she's just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
Oh, the way they just kind of like moved, their feet never moved, they just kind of like skidded. And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air amongst us, as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor daft girl and telling the tale to whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Oh, study. Rose invites Marianne in too, hoping to apologise to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she's not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose and Luke. The last, all too eager to make himself comfortable in a study he's no doubt already claimed his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
Oh wow.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Oh, I think Hannah's broody. I think Hannah's wanting some children.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup.
Luke, a little evidently less so. Let's be fair.
Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I'm making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents worked, how long they had to wait, and how much they had to spend even just for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split it with the Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
helicopter pad.
I pause. And there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously. I think I said that right? At Luke. It is an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it is also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
Oh, wait, what, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he is anything but. Are you sure about that? I'm going to go ahead and say that he likes to play a fool all the time. As he throws me a weary smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time, of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Oh, fuck. Well, except for this ugly painting in the study. Why is there a painting of this bitch here? Why is there a painting of this bitch in the study? Like, okay, so not only is she haunting the house, but she also has a painting. Or maybe she's just, like, staring beyond the painting, who knows? It looks like a bad fake of an Edvard Munch painting.
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price. If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
Wow. Talk about hellbent, am I right? She wants this place.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
Ah, look, there's the saleswoman smile that we all know and love.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
To be fair, that is fair.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right! She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself and masks her worry. Admirable.
We have this project then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that really scared me. Okay. A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
Oh, And lo and behold, the painting is gone. In its place, a mirror stands, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter. Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Get out of this house. You don't want this house, you need to fucking get out. She's screaming at you on the other side of a fucking mirror, that's no painting. Or perhaps maybe I should. Free up my schedule, question the need for a meeting. Let me quickly save one more time. I don't think I've ever saved this much. It's probably best if I start saving like multiple saves in case like there's something I miss, especially in games like this. Free up my schedule, question that, you know what? Let's get to know Marianne a little bit more. Let's free up my schedule.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
And look, quite obviously, because we're being professional, our relationship with Marianne went up, which is nice.
I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house has a higher priority over book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely, the beauty and grandeur of it all will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activity can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather, the Wright Mansion's great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings. not gatherlings. This isn't Viva Pinata. I have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organise them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast then! It's a date.
It's really not.
Oh, look at her. She's blushing. She thinks it's like an actual date. Oh, bless her. Or does she? I don't know. But look at her. She's so cute.
Alright, Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Mary Ann suggested that we meet at 9. But who's even awake at that unholy hour? I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. We say our goodbyes, shake hands, and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Is it just me, or does his sprite look really sinister than his actual, like, character design? It looks a bit more sinister in the sprite. I feel elation when I hear those words from him. It's not every day that one is able to face someone like Luke. He gives away false flattery to sway those who starve for his attention and approval, so he's a narcissist. But in the privacy of closed doors, he would often express his grievances. He neither censored himself in front of me, nor spared me from his criticism.
You have been saying the penthouse was getting a bit too small for you. Happy anniversary!
Oh. That time of the year already?
Oh wow, Luke. Could you get any more of an asshole? He forgot about last year too. Oh my god. I understand that he's a busy man, but...
Is that why you want to buy it?
Yes. You don't like it?
I do. But I remember you used to talk about how you wanted to live next to the beach.
Botany Bay, Kent. I remember the sea, water that stretched on for miles and miles, as far as the eye can see. As a kid, I loved our beach trips, swimming all day as much as I could. I was a well-behaved child, and the only time I was ever truly difficult was when I refused to get out of the waters, even when my fingers had gone all wrinkly. To be fair, that's me. I love being in the water. I love swimming. I love going to the beach. I love everything to do with like being in water. I love swimming. My mum and dad used to call me a fish because once I was in the water I would never come out. And even when they managed to pull me out of the water, there was always sandcastles. I never got to go to the beach this year and it's depressing me. Hopefully I can when I go to Portugal in October, so fingers crossed. I'm really buzzing for that. Might make a Nekocam about that actually. The day before we married, I told Luke that I wanted a house on the beach and a dog and a kid or two. None of those came true 7 years later.
That was a childish dream. Living next to the beach is so impractical if you really think about it.
Oh.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought to see you in a bathing suit every day.
Oh. Okay. Right, okay.
Maybe another time, love. We still have forever, don't we?
He says nothing, only grabbing my hand and holding it tight as we spend the rest of the ride home in silence. I miss the sea. Me too, girl. Me too. Sick and hovering over the loo. What? Excuse me? At 3 in the morning, the picture I paint right now is hardly glamorous. A horribly fishy taste is left in my mouth as I throw up what I had for dinner, and I hate the acrid stench that fills the lavatory. Oh, was she sick? Don't tell me that's cause for the mansion. Oh no. The burning sensation at the back of my throat is of no help whatsoever. I can feel another wave of nausea come up on me when the door opens.
Hannah, what are you doing so early out of bed?
I'm fine, love. I must have just eaten something bad.
That's all I managed to say before vomiting again into the porcelain throne. Lovely.
Just go back to bed, Luke. I'm going to clean up here.
I refuse to look at him. I don't want him to see me like this. The last time I've had a horrible morning retching into a toilet was during my college years, being the life of the party. Thoughtless and shameless, I'd thrown away months to frivolous merriment and pointless hookups. I didn't even retain any of the connections I had made from that time. Sure, they still know of me, and I still know of them, and we still do business from time to time. But I've lost touch with anyone who I didn't see on a daily basis. I hardly have any of the friends I had when I was still Hannah Evans. Teachers, fellow university students, drinking buddies, the old conquests, like Jack. Jack?
No, don't touch me, sweetie. It's disgusting. I'm disgusting.
Luke sits down next to me on the toilet floor to hold my hair even as I cough up more fish. He wipes the vomit from the corner of my mouth.
Do I need to fire someone? I don't feel sick.
Just feeling a bit under the weather, dear. It's been unbearably hot as of late, hasn't it?
Aw, look at them.
I do wish it would rain.
Are you sure it wasn't those sweets? I told you not to eat those sweets.
Maybe. Well, don't laugh.
Well, I can't help if you make that sort of face.
He starts chuckling, and soon enough, he's in a fit of laughter. Oh, look at them. This scene happening next to Lou filled with sick just makes the whole thing bizarre. And it nearly makes me start giggling as well. I tried to stifle it though, as I smack him on the shoulder.
I'm not making a face, Luke. Stop laughing. Shut up.
When he would not stop laughing, I let myself go as laughter bubbles from my own throat, and I forget whatever ill feelings had plagued me. We are just husband and wife, laughing together at a funny face. The little things in life. I let myself go, because I know that these moments will not last forever. But if I just know the terrible things that are to come for us, I would have wished with everything I had back then, and there, that the laughter stayed. Oh, bless them.
Hiya!
Oh.
Come on now!
What's going on here? Okay, so they're back in the mansion. I'm trying to get the mouse to... There we go. There we go. The mouse is back down. This place is bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now! I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Wow.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
That's mahogany. I can see the exasperation, and I have to send the foreman an apologetic glance. Even Johannes rolls his eyes as he goes by. Oh, bless the butler. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johannes and I have got used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing the gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of place, one little thing that didn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let Johannes and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Oh.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
I love how sassy Johannes is. Oh wow. Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs to our bedroom. We're going to see some nasty nast. The place has been arranged first so that we can get some rest, no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. I'm definitely glad I can just lie down on a soft, comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting this move done is tiring all on its own. And to think I have a whole day of this ahead of me. I feel the bed dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hana. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often. Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
That probably includes me as well, then.
True. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
I mean, I do like dogs too. I've only ever owned cats, personally.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess? I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
We laugh. It's not always that we can just lie down and talk about these sort of things. To joke around as if we're teenagers again, with very little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. To hear his genuine, honest-to-goodness laughter is a rarity. This is just the second time as of late, and I can only see the signs of good things to come.
All good points. I guess we could just have kids. That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes. I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
She really wants children, doesn't she? She's really pretty. I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. Oh dear. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
Oh wow, we've really pissed him off.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hana.
At least he's aware of it, you know what I mean?
We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
Oh wow. What should I say? You'll be a great father. Apologise for bringing it up. Oh, what one do I choose? I should probably save my game, shouldn't I? Let me quickly save. You'll be a great father. Apologise for bringing it up. Oh. You'll be a great father.
Kylie likes you well enough.
Oh. Who's Kaylee? I'm trying to get the mouse down, it won't go down. There we go. The mention of our little goddaughter places a conflicted look in his face. Sometimes it's cute when he denies having a soft spot for the little girl. But then sometimes it's sad, and it makes me wonder what happened to make him think so poorly of himself in this regard. Check my relationship. Did that go up again? It went up again, so we did choose the same choice.
Yes, well, it's Kylie. The tyke likes everybody and, on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great, but if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day. Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
I have never heard him talk about his father in anything but a business context. I recall Damien Wright kept hearing about him from my own father even before I met Luke. The business world praised him for running a tight ship, all until one mistake led to a great loss for the enterprise. It was then that news of Luke Wright, prodigy, son and successor of the old man, started to show up. And he aided in his recovery and growth up until the Great Recession. I'm getting a bit off track. Regardless, I've never heard him talk about his father like one would talk about family.
I think you'll be a great father.
There's a smile, no matter how half-hearted it may be. I do really think that. He might not be a good, honest man. A part of me knows that, though I tried to silence it. But I know Luke well enough that he'll be a better father than either Damien Wright or Henry Evans. I love my father, but he never had the time.
If it is any consolation, I think you'd be a decent mother.
Just a decent mother. Just a decent mother. Oh, things are getting emotional again. I'm gonna end up crying and no one wants to see that. On the other hand, I've never heard of his mother. A silence settles, both comfortable and uncomfortable. There's a familiarity in each other's company, despite the awkwardness that is transpired. Defenceless, and masks down, without anyone else looking, we are both together and alone in this quiet. Oh, but a crash from downstairs startles us both out of our reverie. Luke lets out a heavy sigh before coming up to his feet and straightening his jacket.
I'll have to attend to that then.
Be good, darling.
Oh, and here I thought we were going to get some nasty nast. Oh well.
And watch out for your blood pressure.
He gives me a kiss on the cheek before leaving, while I lay there in a daze. Alone, as per usual. I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me just laying there, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I have rolled over to lie on my stomach at this point, with my face buried into the pillows, where there's a knock on the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work, as a voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Oh, photographer, huh? Wait, is that today? Oh yes! People had caught wind of our new mansion the very moment we left the open house. Of course, rumours get about. Luke had boasted he could acquire the property in no time and allowed the photo shoot for an interior designer magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications, and it took longer than it usually does for us.
In a minute, Hansi.
Johannes, if you could at least make it through the end.
Oh, it's Johannes. Okay, Johannes. But she gets everyone's names wrong, except for Luke. She gets his name right every single time. Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong. Johannes, I'll need to keep that in mind.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
Okay, let me just quickly check my time. You know what? Okay, I'm going to quickly save here. And I would like to try something. I would actually like to go back to my load. And I want to see how Luke would react if we apologise for bringing up the topic of children. Let's see what he says if we try this, because you know what, it'll drag on the episode a little longer. I feel guilty, uneasy even, about bringing this topic up. This isn't the first time I brought it out there, considering we've been married for 7 years. But I should have learned my lesson. Talking about it has always gotten me disapproval. So sad. After all, this is one of the surefire ways to get Luke in a terrible mood.
I'm sorry, but I do think you...
Don't finish that sentence, Hana. Just don't. We know how this discussion ends. Let's not fight over what-ifs and if-onlys.
But what if we are going to have a family, Luke? What then?
I just told you. No what-ifs.
Oh wow.
We won't talk about it until you're ready.
Let's not talk about it then. Ever.
The silence that follows is stifling. I avert my gaze from him, favouring the view of our four-poster bed, overseeing his embittered expression. Just thinking of how insensitive I am for bringing it up makes me feel sick to my stomach. We stay still. Neither of us dare to make the first move to leave. Until a crash comes from downstairs. Okay, blah blah blah.
Oh, bloody hell, what is it now?
Oh, he's more triggered this time around, so he actually gets madder, and I'm assuming... Yes, the relationship goes back down to the starting point. Okay. Well, at least it didn't go down below it. You know what I mean? Oh, but wow, he's fucking pissed. He is pissed off. He is rattled his bones.
I can't get away for 10 minutes without someone mucking something up. That better not be what I think it is! I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear, I'll...
Excuse me? An 8 million yen vase? Oh, well, is yen different from dollars or pounds? I don't know, but 8 million? Fuck's sake. I nearly fainted there. I don't know. Wow. I don't stop him as he storms off, and he doesn't even bother to look my way. Yet I can still feel his eyes boring into me. Alone, as per usual. I really should be used to Okay, so I guess I guess I can skip by all this until we
In a minute, Hansi.
so that's us back to where we saved. So yeah, let me check my time one more time. That is a good amount of time, actually. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to leave this place here. So I'm actually really beginning to like Hannah. Are you guys liking Hannah too? Let me know in the comments if you guys are liking Hannah, and if your opinion about Luke is changing at all. He's okay. He's a pretty boy. He's a really pretty boy. Wait, what? But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I should definitely get Kieran back for this, because, you know, it adds some extra banter and some comedy like to it, because, you know, Kieran just makes things better. Not only that, but he's a fantastic voice actor. And if we're going to read, like, the journal entries, like, he has to do it in his Morgan Freeman voice, because, like, what better way to do it? Like, you'd think it was the real Morgan Freeman narrating these videos for us. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Roll the outro.